Good morning, race fans. This is OG Devil Dog bringing you another episode in NASCAR Heat 5 Career Mode. Man, it is Christmas morning. I hope everyone is having a great, great Christmas with their family and their loved ones. It is early in the morning. I'm trying to let my wife sleep in a little bit. And so I am trying to knock out just a couple of little videos wishing everybody Merry Christmas on the games that I play and broadcast. And with that said, I thank you all for enjoying my channel, coming to my channel, liking, viewing, and subscribing. And for those of you that are wondering about the subscriptions, it is totally free for you to subscribe to and just come in and visit my channel. What that means when you subscribe is that you, as the viewers, will get to see my posted videos before the non-subscribers do. So with that said, I'm trying to bring up on my phone. Um, if you type in NASCAR 5 Heat car setups, it will take you to a page that has all of the tracks on it, and you can set up your cars to Xfinity, Truck, or NASCAR. And let's go ahead, and this is season 1 of this new career that we're doing with a totally new player. And this one I believe is in Homestead, so I am scrolling to the Homestead car setup screen. There we go. And I am in the truck section. We have started this driver in the truck section. It's Xfinity. And that is for the trucks. Oops. Let's enlarge that so I can see it. And let me get my handy dandy spectacles on so I can see. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, if you are just now viewing my channel, be sure to like and subscribe. For those of you that are on PC, the bottom right hand corner is a white subscribe. So feel free to hover over that and let's subscribe to the channel. And you can also look under the video. There is a button for subscribe. And if you click on my profile picture, it will take you to my YouTube channel page and you will be able to subscribe that way. If you would like to make donations to my channel, look in the description and you will see my Cash App link. I am trying to build my channel up to monetize it and start earning that way. And you can also go to my profile icon, click on it, and go to my home page and donate that way. So with that said, we are currently in first place in this series. And we are going to Homestead, and we have a new challenge here. So let's go ahead and 4 top 25s within 5 races. We are going to do that. Let's go to this one. Click it. And our new event is Homestead Miami in the truck series. Look at that orange and blue of that truck for the Broncos. They are playing Kansas City Chiefs today on Christmas Day. And with that said, Merry Christmas, everyone. Thank you for being a part of my channel on this beautiful Christmas Day. Let's go to the event. And let's set up our truck and get it ready. For those of you that have been watching, you know that I am doing separate setups on each track and going all the way up to NASCAR. And we've started our character from the beginning, and we are going to race several seasons with him and do separate episodes just to see how he does before we decide to retire him. All right. I really need to turn this sound down. So let me see how my sound goes. There we go. Turn that sound down a little bit. And let's look at the car setup. Custom race setup. We're going to change that. And this one is also by the setup man. So he has done a lot of different setups on these, and most of them are by him. And so I'm calling him out, saying thank you. I appreciate you, setup man. And so we're going to start this one. This is 6435. So 6, 4, 3, 5. Now, if you don't want to look in your search bar and look up NASCAR 5 car setups, and you just want to follow along, that's perfectly fine. Make you a column for each one. Name it the title, like shock settings, weight settings, spring settings, and just do it for each track and follow along in my video, because I'm going to change each one to a specific setup. This is going to be 5676. So if you don't want to go look it up, you can follow along on my video. And if you have to, you can pause it. And after I get done on each screen, you can adjust your cars that way. 54.2. That one's going to be 49.4. 49. Drop that all the way down to 49. Now, I've stated before, I like running my car low, and on this setup, it is as low as it can go. I normally like having it, on the Daytona race, it was like 6 and 4. I prefer a 4-4, so I might change that later next time I go to Daytona. Alright, let's go up to spring settings. We're looking at 1200, 1200, 450, and 540. So let's do the top two real quick, 1200s. Get them maxed out, changed. And this one's going to be 450. And this one is going to be 540. Alright, so let's go over to tire pressure. We're at 1825 and 45. Oh, wrong one. 1825 and 4550. So we're going to drop that down a little bit. 17.75 and 45.75. Alright, now we are going to miscellaneous. Change that to 4. Change that to -3. 14.35. And we are looking at 9.75. 10.25. 70 and 60. Alright. And change that to 12. And drop that down to 0.125. Now we're going down to gear settings. 321437. We're going to leave those alone. So take a moment, pause the video here so you can get these settings. And we are going to save this setup. Let's double check, make sure it took. Save it a couple of times to make sure it takes. Now we're going to go down to qualified setup. Same exact setup, 6435. We're dropping that down to 6435. 5676. 5676. Alright. That's 54.2. 49.4. 49. And both of those down to 4. Alright, now both of these are 1200. This one is 450 and 540. Alright, now our tire pressure. That is 18.25, 45.50, 17.75, and 45.75. Wrong direction. There we go. Now we're going over here to miscellaneous. We are doing 4, 3, 14.35, 9.75, 10.25. Alright, now we're going to 70 and 60, 12.125. Now we're double checking our gears. 3, 2, 1.4, 3, 7. 3, 2, 1.4, 3.7. So now we are going to save the settings. Save it a couple times, make sure it sticks, and then go back and double check. Everything's stuck, and so now we are going to begin our race. Thank you for sticking it out with me. Thank you for viewing my channel, and thank you for being a subscriber. Be sure, those of you that are joining my channel now, be sure to like and subscribe. I will be posting constant videos for y'all to watch. I enjoy making videos. I enjoy making content, and I enjoy watching y'all help make my channel successful. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Our ultimate goal right now. So we're going to set a logo of reaching 100 subscribers and see how well we do. We are at 67 right now. So let's build those subscribers up and see how many we can get. Let's begin our race and our practice and see how well we do. Now, I've told you a little bit about OG Devil Dog, the driver.
Okay, get there. Let's go.
He's grown up watching NASCAR, and he has always wanted to be just like the Intimidator. And he's a huge Broncos fan. That's why the orange and blue. Now, mind you, the real OG Devil Dog, me, I've been a Broncos fan since I was a kid in the 80s. Ooh, I gotta slow it down a little bit. I knew I had to as soon as it turned red. Let off my brake, my accelerator a little bit, so I can slow it down coming around that curve. Drifting a little high. I don't have any driving aids on. Whoa, hitting that skirt. Alright. That's a little crazy driving. So we, wow. Okay. Return to the garage. We did meet our goal, barely. Wow. Okay, I have to laugh about that driving. Let's go to the next session and qualify.
Time to go.
Alright. So this is OG Devil Dog, my driver. Like I stated, he was a huge Broncos fan. And today, Christmas Day of 2025, the Broncos are facing off against Kansas City. I look forward to my Broncos playing. And it's a Christmas Day game, so that is a great present for OG Devil Dog, especially when they win. They've already beat Kansas once this year. They've already beat Kansas once this year, and I'm excited to watch them beat them again on Christmas Day.
Qualify. Make it count here.
So, keep your fingers crossed. The Broncos are going to win. They're going to beat the Chiefs. Last two games of the season, they got demolished. Their defense got shredded by the Jaguars last week, and the Broncos really needed that loss. They really didn't need to go into the playoffs with a win streak like they had. Oh, I gotta stay off that wall. But they really didn't need that win streak going into the playoffs and toward the end of the season. All right, we got fifth. So they really didn't need that. I know I've said it several times. That win streak going in, because now that pressure's off of them, they can relax a little bit and not be so stressed about going into the playoffs and with such a win streak and everybody gunning for them, because they can be beat on any given day. Any team can. And with this defeat last week, I look for the Broncos to go far into the playoffs, even reaching the Super Bowl, which is hopeful, very hopeful. So we will see what happens. Alright, my coffee cup is empty, so let me grab my soda bottle real quick that I'm drinking. I limit myself down to one soda, maybe two per day. I was drinking several and putting on a lot of weight because of all that sugar. And you'll be proud of your buddy, OG Devil Dog. I've lost 10 pounds. Can you believe that? Let's see what the stories of the race are. Cell crashed during qualifying. Lassard replaced transmission, and Gillard got the pole. Look at that beautiful orange and blue
Right,
Broncos colors.
Going green.
Right.
Ready? Hammer down.
We're starting in fifth in this race. Let's see how well we do. We got 17 laps to go, and we will see.
There? All right, you're clear there.
Get up to speed.
Got a car coming
Draft a little
now.
bit.
You got room. You're clear. All right, you're clear. Outside.
Oh, sorry, niece. You got in my way. Robin's racing. Get over it. You don't want to get out of the way? You want to block? Not my problem. Somebody's going to be crying. Oh, got to stay off that wall. Somebody's going to be crying to me later. Sorry. Not sorry. Robin is racing. And I know I've said this before with all the new rules and regulation in NASCAR. You can't clip somebody. You can't sideswipe them. Wow, I might have to adjust my driving aids here. But you can't clip them. You can't sideswipe them. You can't trade paint with them without getting fined. Austin Creed trying to get up on me. Oh, I think he tried to decide I was going to wreck him. He spun himself out. You know, I have raced on the online circuit a little bit, and you've got a lot of crybabies on there, just like you do in real NASCAR, trading paint, maybe clipping them. They're trying to block you from going around. Well, you do like the Intimidator used to do. Get right up on them, and you either pass them, if they try to block you, you find every way to get around them. And there's been a lot of, this is why I don't do a whole lot of online racing, because there's too many crybabies. You're there racing and you pull out all the stops. You do everything you can. Oh, well, it wasn't a clean race. Well, you know what? Learn to drive. You're going to trade paint. There's going to be paint trading in the game. There's going to be paint trading in real life. Get over it. It's all about who gets to the finish line first. And rivals will try to block you and try to wreck you, just like they will in real life. And if you do it to them, they're going to cry about it. There's too many Karens and too many Leroys out there, and you just got to remember, if you're playing games, you're playing games. There's nothing fair in love and war. And if you're playing against somebody or racing against somebody, it's war. You're getting to the front to win the race at all costs. So learn to drive, learn to block, learn to pass, and don't cry if you get wrecked, because you're going to have wrecks in the game. Mistakes are going to be made. You're going to try to block somebody, or you're going to try to go around somebody, and either they're going to wreck or you're going to wreck. And if they're trying to block you and they mess up and they spin out, that's on them. I'm not saying let everybody pass you. I'm just saying don't cry about it when you wreck. That's part of it. Games like this were made to be fun. And yeah, you've got some that will intentionally, on purpose, wreck everything on the field just so they win. Okay, I understand where you're coming from on that, alright? Because those players usually get blocked by me if I race against them. Yeah, you're going to have wrecks, but you don't have to wreck everybody on the field. Intentionally. You're going to trade paint. You're going to have wrecks and stuff here and there. I get it. But you don't have to intentionally wreck others when you're racing. Shoot, there's a wall. Try to get around Greenfield without wrecking him. But yeah, you try to make clean passes and try to get around. Try to win the race without causing too much of a disturbance. There's my partner.
Still there. Top's free. Use it if you need it.
But I have raced online, like I said, with others that have just intentionally tried to wreck everything in the race. Or they want their buddy to win, so they wreck everybody and let their buddy win. I have been in some cases like that, and they've just gotten blocked and not allowed to race with me
All clear.
or whatnot. So I mean, you can pass these drivers and these other cars without wrecking them.
All right, you're
You
clear.
can do it. You don't have to wreck everybody. Just know how to drive and know how to set your car or your truck up.
Careful, still there. Clear high, bud.
And that's what I'm trying to teach you, is how to set your car up.
All right.
Yes, the servers are down. There's no more online racing on this game. You can still race it solo. You can still do things solo in this game. You just don't have the DLCs and stuff on it anymore. Now, on my main account, I do have
Careful,
the DLCs
Clear down low.
and a bunch of the free stuff that came out.
All clear.
But you don't have access it no more. This is my secondary account that I'm racing this on. And we've started completely from scratch.
All right, you're clear there.
Shucks, there's a wall. But, oh yeah, the online racing servers went down in August of 25. So there's no more online racing.
Clear high, clear high.
Unless they come up with a new NASCAR game, which I hope they do, because, you know, there's so much that they can do with a NASCAR game. And that is to hire and fire drivers. Oh, sorry,
Still there.
didn't mean to do that. That is to hire and fire drivers on your team. That would be a good one. More and better ways to change your paint job and customize your paint job on your cars the way you want to. I know PC players can do it, but console players can't. So on the consoles, allow more opportunities, more ways to change your own paint scheme instead of the basic generic and trying to do different colors. You know, be able to add things, add more sponsors, do your own sponsors, or uh, have more sponsors on your vehicle, on your stickers. You know, uh, like some of the Madden games, concession stands, the merchandising, set your own prices. I mean, there's so much that can be done instead of making it a basic copy and paste and changing the graphics a little bit.
I need 2 more solid laps,
it can be done to this game, and I'm hopefully somebody will make a new NASCAR game. I do not have the talent to do that, so I just making suggestions.
Stay on the bottom here. All right, you're clear there. You got room. You're clear.
One of my favorite games in the NASCAR series was actually NASCAR Thunder, and that was an early 2000 game. You can no longer get it, but the crashes were awesome. Another thing that can be fixed in, say, another NASCAR Heat game would be the DNF for the AI drivers. DNF turned on here now, and the AI drivers that they wreck, they still get back in the race. And you know, if their car is undrivable, DNF. Sorry, but DNF.
That's professional work right there.
All right, we got our win here at Homestead. We started 5th, and we have made it up to 1st. Let's check out the preview. Well, I don't know if it'll let me do the preview. I should have done it. And finish the event and leave the track. Well, normally I watch the previews, but this time I didn't. I pushed the wrong button. Now, for those of you that are joining and trying to figure out where I am getting the car setups from, if you go to NASCAR Heat 5 car setups, you can bring up the little web page that's got all of the NASCAR tracks on them, and you can click on one, whichever track you're on, and look at all the different setups for the truck, Xfinity, and NASCAR. Alright, look at this. What is your deal? The last race was awful. Dirty, dirty driver. Look at that. Whiny crybabies. This is why NASCAR in real life is going down, because you got crybabies like this. Okay? Whiny, cry. Rubbin is racing. And I'm going to say this. Rubbin is racing. You trade paint with other drivers. Sorry, but not sorry. Get the crybabies out of the racing circuit and put the real drivers back in, and you know, just go back to real racing. Get rid of these fake rules and stipulations and whiny babies being little Karens and Leroy's going to the commissioner to get you suspended or whatnot because you traded paint with them. Who cares? The whole thing is get to first place. Yeah, I'm going to send him a compliment. He can kiss it. Zane Smith, I think you should be more careful out there. Basically wrecked my truck. Dude, if I remember correctly, at the beginning, he kind of tried to block me, and I slowed down. He spun himself out. So he can get over it. Uh, Ran into him. Yeah, I did clip him, Sheldon Creed. But, again, he wanted to try to block, and I was trying to go around him, and he kind of got in my way. Robbins Racing, again. So they can watch where they're going themselves. All right, our next track is, where are we going? Let's look. We are going to Texas Speedway in this episode. So let's scroll to our little handy dandy. That's Talladega. There's Texas right there. On our setups, on our NASCAR Heat Car 5 setups, and we are going to bring up the truck one. All right. For this one, let me get my handy dandy specs on and just go to the event real quick while I get my glasses on so I can see what these setups are. And again, you can look this up on yourself on NASCAR Heat 5 car setups, or you can just follow along in my video. And if you follow along in my video, just write them down. Take a piece of paper and write them down. Alright, so this is 55-45. So 5, 5, 4, 5. Alright? This is 5, 4, 3. 5, 4, 4, 3. Alright, this is 54.2. 52.4. 53. 'And drop all those to 4. Alright, the next one is spring settings. 1200 and 1200. Change that one to 1200. And change that one to 1200. And this one, both of these are going to be at 600. So we're going to put a lot more on these. 600, we're going to max them out. Alright, the next one is tire pressure. Now we want 2450, 58, 2450, and 58. Now in miscellaneous, we are going to 3.5, 2.5, 15.85, 15, max out, 15 max out on that one, 60, 45 on that one, drop that down to 5 degrees, and drop this down to 0.75. Now let's go down to our gear ratio. We are doing 2.15, 1.55, 1.1, and 2.86. Alright. Back out and save. Save it a couple of times. Double check it. Alright, everything stayed. Now we are going to custom qualify and do the same thing with qualify that we did with race. We're going to change everything here to 5, 5, 4, and 5. And then we're going to 5, 4, 4, 3. So 5, 4, 4, and 3. Go to the next one. It's 54.2, 52.4, 53, and 4. We're going to max all 4 of these out, 1200, 1200, 600, 600. Alright, now we're going to tire settings. And this is 24.5, 58, 24.5, and 58. Now we're going over to miscellaneous. Change this to 3.5, 2.5, 15.85, max that to 15, max that one to 15, and 60%, and now 45%. Drop that down to 5 degrees. And drop that down to 0.075. Now for our final, the gear ratio. We're dropping that down to 2.15. 1.55. 1.1. And 2.86. Alright, let's save it. Remember, you can find these by looking up NASCAR Heat 5 car setups. Double check, make sure everything took. And let's go get ready to practice before we qualify and before we race. Let's go ahead and practice and see how we do. Orange and blue, those Broncos, check them out, man. I wish I could put the Broncos logo on my truck. I'd be driving it around with it. But I just have to go with the Broncos colors, the orange and blue. Our goal is to beat 35.277. Can we do it? That's here. Oh, I'm not liking that. I'm not going to beat it that way. Wow. I totally lost control. So this is going to be an evil track. All right, let's get resituated here. Go ahead and laugh, OG. That sucked. Yes, it did.
Stay high, stay high. Bottom's clear.
Wasn't trying to wreck. I'm not going to get it this time, but we're going to go around one more time. And and see what happens. This might be one of those tracks we're going to be battling from the back. Maybe not. Alright. Let's return to the garage. Our goal was 35.277. We got 32.56. Got that extra sponsor bonus. That was pretty cool. Let's go to qualify and see how we do.
Hammer down.
Our goal is to beat 35.156 and qualify.
All right now, just like practice, qualifying counts. Here we go.
Oh, I hit the wall, so it's going to take off some time. Should have let off my accelerator there.
All right, we're going to see where that puts us on the starting grid.
Alright, we are starting 6th. Might have got a little better if I wouldn't hit that wall. Alright.
Coming to the green. Almost ready now. Green's out, man. Let's go. Looking inside now.
Alright, we are down in 6th, and let's work on getting to the front.
Hold your line, got one inside. All right, you're clear there. Careful, still there. All right, you're clear there. All clear. Inside. You're all clear on the bottom there. Outside, hold your line. Great job. You worked some magic out there.
I DNF'd that. So they wrecked me on that one. I got a DNF. So why is it I get DNFs but the other drivers don't? That really crapped out. I wish I could redo that race, but I DNF'd it. Oh wow. Alright, let's go to the next track. That's all we can do. DNF means did not finish. I got a major wreck on that. Alright, this next track is in Richmond. Let's scroll to Richmond and bring it up. Now there are settings for the dirt track, and if you scroll to the bottom of the page on NASCAR Heat 5 car setups, if you go to the bottom of the page, there are setups. Alright, we are in Richmond. Let's check our setup real quick. And let me get my handy dandy specs on so I can see to make these adjustments. Alright, go down to 6. 3, 3, 5. 5, 6, 7, 4. Alright, now 54.2, 51.1, 51.4. Drop those down to 4. Alright, and bring this one, max out all 4 of these. And we are going to the tire pressure settings. Take that to 12.75. Drop that down to 30. 11.5. And drop that one down to 29. Now we are going to miscellaneous settings. 4. -3. Drop that down to 15. 1150 on that one. 1175 on that one. Bring that up to 80. And 55. Alright. 8 degrees on that one. And drop that down to 0.125. And let's check out our gears. We need to bring this down to 2.5. 1.5. And 1.15. And 3.82. Alright, let's save that. Make sure it took. It took. And now go down to qualify setup. The exact same thing. Bring that to 6. 3, 3, 5. 5, 6, 7, 4. 7, 4. And check the weight settings. 54.2. 51.1. And 51.4. Drop those down to 4. And we are going up here and max these out. Again, you can find this on NASCAR Heat Car Setup Settings. Max all 4 of them out. 1200 and 600. And go over here to 12.75. Drop it down to 30. 11.5 and 29. Alright, now we're going to the miscellaneous at 4. You don't want to look it up and you just want to follow along, that's perfectly fine. That's -3. Bring it to 15. 11.5 and 11.75 on that one. 80, 55, 8, and 0.125. Now we're going down to the gear settings. 2.5, 1.5, 1.15, and 3.82. We're going to save it, save it, save it, and double check. Make sure everything's saved. Alright, well, we can have a DNF in this track on this racing, but for us, and that's another thing that NASCAR games need to change, is the DNF for the AI drivers too, not just the player. So, I mean, that's one thing that needs to be worked on, is the DNF scenario. Hello? Let's see how we do here. Alright, we got that. Let's return to the garage. I don't know why my party didn't. Why I got kicked off a party. Test, test. Alright. So, my party settings got kicked off. So, I don't know why that happened. Alright, let's qualify. Like I was saying,
Time to go now.
the DNF did not finish is only pretty much for the drivers and not the AI drivers. And that's kind of rude that if an AI driver wrecks, they can still get back in the race. If you wreck as a player, you can't get back in the race. Oh, I'm going to be fighting on this track. I can see it now.
All right, that's it.
That put me in 12th, so we are going to have to battle our way up.
Starter has the green flag in his hand.
Can we do it?
Green, green, green.
Alright, we will see. We're 12th out of 32. In just a handful of laps.
Still there. You're clear all around there.
Dadgummit.
Outside. Back it down, back it down. You got room. You're clear.
Oh, I'm all over the track here. Go back to 13th.
Stay on the bottom. Still there. All right.
Well, I didn't intentionally wreck them.
Caution's out. Wave them off.
Ah, of course, caution's going to come out.
All right, man. You're coming to the green. Almost ready now. Green flag, green flag. You got room, you're clear there. Got one up top. All clear. Clear high, bud. Got a car high now. You got room, you're clear. Looking inside now. Clear low.
Ah!
Clear high, bud. Yellow's out, back her down.
Of course. Yellow's out again.
You're coming to the green.
I'm trying not to hit him, but I'm sliding all over the place.
Green flag. 20 laps to go. Still there. Clear high, bud. All right, you're clear. Got one down low now. 3 wide. That's a class act work right there.
Oh, got me on another DNF. Oh, man, I'm so mad about that. Thanks for that, Rat. Oh, well. Well, that's 2 DNFs in a row, ladies and gentlemen. I am going to give this episode up. And y'all be good. Have a Merry Christmas. And I will see y'all next episode. Like I said, we started this driver from the beginning. And to see how he does in his career, win or lose. Yeah, 2 DNFs in a row. Man, I was all over the track on that one. I couldn't help it. It is what it is. So my incentive contract, I failed that. I was supposed to get 3 out of 5, or 4 out of 5, and I DNF'd on 2 of them, so that messed me up there. So, I had a really good finish? No, I didn't. I DNF'd. So with that said, this is OG Devil Dog. Thank you for joining my channel. Thank you for viewing. Thank you for subscribing. For those of you that are wondering about subscriptions, remember, subscribing to a content creator is absolutely free. And you don't have to pay anything. It's just that you are following that content creator. So without further ado, Merry Christmas, everyone. This is OG Devil Dog, and I will see you on the next episode.